How would you want to die? When I die, I want to go peacefully like my grandfather did, in his sleep. Not yelling and screaming like the passengers in his car. Bob Monkhouse. I had a passenger fall asleep in my Uber the other day. He slept for about the whole trip and I had to wake him up when we got there. He was like, "Oh, sorry man." I was like, "No judgment man, I napped on the way over too." He didn't laugh, confused face. When I die, just chuck my body in the trash. Always Sunny, also technically Diogenes. Beaten to death by boobs. I wanted to say in my sleep, but now you got me thinking. I'd go with suffocated to death by boobies. I want to pass by having the universe collapse on itself and instantly die by getting my atoms ripped apart so I wouldn't know what just happened or that it even happened. I read that as the university collapse on itself and thought, damn, I feel you man. Life as a student can be hard sometimes. Guess the people closest to that experience were the residents of Nagasaki and Hiroshima that pretty much instantaneously vaporized along with much of the city. In my sleep. Hopefully, all my affairs are cared for so those won't be hanging around after my passing. Fun fact: when you die in your sleep, you don't actually die in your sleep. Supposedly, say you had a heart attack, your body would wake you up mid-sleep and you would experience that heart attack, confused and frightened, then you'd die. Source: my sister is a mortician and relayed this horrible information to me. I once had surgery for a burst appendix and I hope when I die it's like that. In less than 3 seconds I'm knocked out. I did not dream. All I remember is waking up. That's a choice you have to make yourself. There are plenty of things you can do to minimize the headache of things left undone to your family. From wills, beneficiaries on life insurance and retirement funds, and something as simple as cleaning out closets, drawers, or basements regularly. And don't underestimate the satisfaction and peace of mind those tasks can give you as well. Either saving someone's life or in my sleep. Saving someone's life? I love myself too much to die saving someone's life, lol. Or you can just sign for donating your organs and will 100% save someone else's life anyway. In a blink. Vaporized faster than the pain could travel to my brain. It gives me a weird comfort that I live in a large metropolitan area, and if there were atomic bombs I'd die in the instant blast. I have no interest in living in the post-apocalyptic world. Happy. This is the best answer. In my own bed, with a belly full of wine and a maiden's mouth around my cock, at the age of 80. Are you Tyrion, son of Tywin? I was wondering how long I'd have to scroll to find this comment. I'm 18 years old, and IDK if it's normal, but sometimes when I'm with my friends laughing, this thought comes to me. I don't have an issue with dying now, while I'm laughing, nor with my life. I know I haven't done any achievements, but it's okay, it won't matter. I work on big jet engines with enough force to suck you into them. I wouldn't mind my headstone saying, sucked to death. Painlessly. Either in my sleep or overdosing sleeping pills or something. Yep, same 100% benzos and heroin. You basically forget to breathe and then never wake up. ASAP. Man, I've caught a major cold. Car accident in Porsche Carrera GT at 300 km/h. That's oddly specific. With a bottle of wine that has enough pills crushed in it to kill a horse and then be held by the person I love most. I actually had a pretty grim conversation with a friend of mine whose grandma is going through dementia. My grandfather also went through dementia before he died. Mostly about how we'd want to die before that happened to us. So given real thought behind it, I'd want to die hopping trains. If I don't die, it'd be an experience. If I did die, there's a big chance it was quick. I work in an assisted living facility. I definitely want to go way before anything like dementia can take me. Dementia seems to be like a never-ending loop of your worst nightmare. I want to die quickly, doing something rad. Base jumping, malfunctioning carnival ride, Wingsuit skydiving. Something funny, extreme and unique. Like doing DMT while skydiving without a parachute. On a mountain after I find out the truth about aliens. Death by SNU. Can't believe I had to scroll this far to see it. Petting something I shouldn't be petting. Like a tiny octopus? In a cool way. Possibly on a dirt bike strapped with explosives, and I don't mean fireworks. I'm talking C4 and plastic explosives that will fully destroy me, while I'm trying to jump the Grand Canyon to Free Bird by Lynyrd Skynyrd, and right when the solo happens I just implode. I'ma steal that idea, but instead of Free Bird it's Mississippi Queen. This guy fucks. Not alone. That's why I'm studying to be a pilot. If it were up to me, I would want to be hooked up to a very slow, gradually increasing IV drip of fentanyl. Then I would chow down on the messiest, most cheesy, delicious Philly cheese steak I could acquire, washing it down with an ice-cold Coke. I would just lay in bed and chill as I got higher and higher, watching something hilarious on TV and fucking around on my phone. Eventually I'd start nodding off. After a while I wouldn't be able to fight the nod and I would slip into a blissful slumber, and from there the fentanyl would keep doing its thing and I would peacefully slip into the darkness. If I choose how to die, I would die from a bullet to the head. Short and painless. I once almost died from internal bleeding. Slow but steadily. If it was my death, it was a rather peaceful one. Before surgery saved me, I threw up blood and just wanted to go to sleep. Didn't even care about my life anymore. Just wanted to sleep. If my parents let me, I'd have died. Instead, Dad saved me by lugging me to the doctor that even in my anemic state was too skeptical to call an ambulance. I never forgave that doctor, but thank God Dad saved me. But thus I think it's a rather peaceful way to die. Peaceful and coughing up blood in the same sentence, isn't it? Been in a similar situation. I drank myself to the point of death. I happened to pick a friend up from the airport. He said I looked like shit and forced me to go to the hospital. I was in a coma for a while, woke up with a diagnosis of cirrhosis, so I'm still dying, just slower now. It's been a few years now, but I'm so ready to go back to sleep. Euthanasia. In one of those beautiful capsules, gentle and peaceful, and the fact that I am the one who chooses the time makes up for my non-consensual birth. Orgy-related accidental asphyxiation. Either by an overdose of pentobarbital or making one of them fancy exit bags. I've had to think of a plan B lately because of a cancer diagnosis, and the nitrogen nap sounds like a good way to go. When you suffocate, the feeling and panic is because of the build-up of carbon dioxide in your cells. You don't get a build-up when you breathe pure nitrogen. You simply lose consciousness after a few breaths. My fear with drugs is that it might not work and just ending up exactly where I don't want to be as a vegetable. At 147 years old. 3 days after running a marathon, after having a threesome biceps. Under mysterious circumstances. I don't want a wife or kids. I think this world is too cruel for the upcoming generation, and I don't believe in kindness or humanity anymore. I hope current living people will do just fine with our new tech and AI, and we wouldn't need more people. So, to your question, I would like to die in my sleep after both my parents die. But it sounds like a fairy tale, isn't it? Suicide not because I'm depressed, but when I'm older, elderly. I get to say goodbye and I go out on my terms, just a quick shot to the head. IDK, I've actually been thinking about this, I don't know why I'm only 20. I have so much time, but I'm just wondering how it's going to end. Back when I wanted to unalive myself, my plan was to start my car in my garage, turn on some of my favorite tunes, and smoke a fat joint while waiting to fall asleep. Now I think I'd like to live until I'm old, like 95, and then die doing something exciting, like hang gliding or something. IDK. By suffocation. A hot girl sitting on my face. I'm in Canada, so if in terminal I will get a nice needle. Or if I am just old and don't want to go to the nursing home, I might get a needle. So glad to have that choice. Being crushed between Jenna Ortega's thighs. No other reply here is correct. Being shut down with the cold death of universe, after my transcendent consciousness located everywhere in the brain machine already saw and experienced everything it could. Heart attack triggered by an orgasm. Like that one guy with his secretary. If I had my absolute way, a lovely dinner with my best friends and family, talking and laughing and drinking into the night. Kiss my grandchildren goodbye when they leave to go home. Draw myself a warm bath and have a single malt in the tub whilst I unwind. Get dressed, sit in the armchair with the fireplace on, look at the picture of my dead wife, so I don't leave her behind, and think about what an amazing life I've had with no regrets. I'd have a heart attack right in that chair and die instantly, and my family would find me cradling my wife's picture with a smile on my face, knowing that we're both at peace together now. I want to go the way of the dinosaurs. Let a giant asteroid crush me while I'm out minding my own business.